ambitious and dicey process of grassroots elections. Even ODM is attempting the same sometime this month. And that in itself brings out a lot of issues. This was an exercise that was intended to happen in December last year. But before that, the exercise had to be postponed because of the concerns that many members raised. Are you saying that now all those concerns have been addressed and therefore UDA Party is okay now with all members comfortable to proceed?
Not all of them have been addressed, but when we sat at the National Steering Committee yesterday in a meeting chaired by the party leader, President Ruto, we felt that we owe it to our members, because the rank and file of the party wants this election. They want to proudly belong to this party. They want to hold us as elected officials to account. They want to have a voice also, just beyond the normal conversation about political parties. They want to be there and ask us, what are you doing to fulfill the promises that we made to the people, and so on and so forth. Therefore, despite the fact that maybe there are certain issues that members felt needed to be addressed first before we can proceed to an election, I think the general reasoning that prevailed in that room yesterday was that let us have these elections so that our own members can participate and put in place officials who will guide the party, because, you know, a political party is a tool of governance. Even in its own self, it is your party, say, chairman at the county level, that can summon you and ask you certain questions and say, as an elected officials, are you living up to the constitution of the party?
But you must agree, it does bring up some very uncomfortable conversations.
Of course, especially with the elected officials.
Yes, and the provision in the UDA constitution for 3 deputy party leaders, of which, especially in the Mount Kenya region, have been very hesitant to go that route because they are concerned about the position of the deputy president vis-a-vis those.
Fortunately, in this election, we don't intend to go to the national level. They all terminate at county chairperson level. So that's a conversation that we'll have now, perhaps, I think either later in the year or early next year, or now when to conduct the national elections at the national level for all these positions at the national office. As it is presently, it is not something that is up for discussion. What people are more concerned with is whether, like in any political party, your competitors or people don't like you. If they assume positions of great responsibility within the party, are you safe as an elected member of parliament, for example, as a member of county assembly, as a governor? If somebody who was
a senator.
As a senator.
Is this the conversation happening? Because I know you've raised issue with the recent event involving the member for Dikir, Johanna Ngeno, about installation as a community leader. Is that in any way linked to this UDA elections? Because there must be a lot of supremacy battles now at the county levels. Yes.
The various regions. No. It doesn't. Because in any way, these are county positions. So there is no conversation about intra-county positions. I think those conversations now will become more active when you're doing the national elections, where people now have to host trade and seek support beyond the county.
We are at a time when Kenyans are staring at so many different crises, from security with the banditry attacks in North Rift, agriculture with the claims of distribution of fake fertilizer. Health ministry is in turmoil with the doctor strike, and now clinicians have joined in and other health workers. Even road and transport could be said to have issues or questions that need to be answered with the continued occurrences of road accidents. Now these are major sectors of the economy, and one may wonder when you have 5 sectors of the society or governance appearing to be in crisis, and the government is just firefighting, that it could be an indictment on the performance of the cabinet.
Well, both yes and no. Yes, in the sense that there are certain things that could have been avoided. No, in the sense that there are certain things that are beyond them. For example, let me even pick with the last issue that you mentioned. road accidents. We are all very concerned as a country. It cannot be that as a civilized society, we lose upwards of 4,000 people every year through road accidents. So when CS Murkomen appeared before us, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was asked on the floor here that when you appeared for your vetting, you did mention that you intend to deploy technology, because if you analyze, Fred, and you know this because I know you drive or at least use our roads, that the biggest challenge that we have on our roads and that are causing all this accident is the indiscipline of our drivers. Maybe 10% because of the nature of the roads. Some of the roads are still small, there's too much traffic, and therefore some of these accidents occur